Yo, what is up, everybody? I am Ant, and I'm joined by my longtime friend and co-host,
Carlos Caribbean Cool.
keeping the Caribbean cool down there for us and keeping things cool here at the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast ever since 2020. Um, so we are covering NXT from August 23rd, 2022. Last week, my man Tyler joined me to recap Heatwave. Carlos, you weren't here to record with us. Did you enjoy Heatwave? Do you think it was a good show?
Yeah, it was a really good show. I was just surprised that wait, what was the main event? I feel like it was Mandy Rose, right? Or no, it was a Bron
No, the
Breakker.
main event was JD McDonough versus Bron Breakker.
Okay, yeah, no. But yeah, the whole show I feel like was really good. I thought it was funny how they had Paul Heyman like in the beginning of the show, like overviewing it, like he was like hyping up the show.
Yep.
I'm like maybe he has some control over there now. I don't know, who knows?
I
But
do know that Heat Wave is an ECW original pay-per-view.
yeah,
So I think they were trying to throw nostalgia there. But for all we know, Paul Heyman could have his hands in NXT. You never know. I mean, there's a lot of people that you know, make it great. So
yeah. There's a lot of people like Shawn Michaels. I feel like is like who has like the most power over there. I feel like right now.
yeah, yeah,
It might
yeah.
be Triple H, but I feel like Shawn Michaels has the most power over there right now.
And I think Sean also now he has another job where he is the head of talent development.
Oh, really?
Yep,
What?
yep, yeah,
No way.
yep. So
You know,
it's gonna be good, dude. It's gonna be good. So to kick off NXT, we have the NXT champion Bron Breakker. He comes down and he says JD McDonough proved he is one of the best in the ring. After the match, the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate came out. So I'd like Tyler Bate to come to the ring right now. So NXT UK champion Tyler Bate comes out and he tells Braun that he respects him. He says that he is the last NXT UK champion. And with NXT Europe, what a better way than to be the first undisputed NXT champion. And then Braun Breakker says, let's do it at Worlds Collide, title for title. So the challenge is thrown out. NXT champion Braun Breakker versus NXT UK champion Tyler Bate, title for title. I'm assuming that the NXT UK titles will be the ones to leave, right? I don't know how it's gonna work because if NXT is gonna be, I don't know how it's gonna work, right? Because they said title for title. How is there gonna be
or
an
maybe it'll either be like I feel like it might be the NXT UK roster might move to NXT, or like who knows what could happen there. But like I don't know how I feel about unification matches already. I feel like we already had too many of those. I don't want.
yeah.
I don't want to see another one right now.
Well, it's kind of also following the same pattern as Survivor Series where it's like brand versus brand.
Yeah.
Um, But I like Tyler Bate, so maybe he'll bring out the best in Bron Breakker. Literally, lately, I haven't really been a big fan of Braun, but we'll see. We get a promo for.
Why don't you like Braun?
I feel like with
I kind of agree with you. I don't really like him either, but like, what's your reason?
my thing is, I feel like he hasn't really put on a good match yet, and I could look at the other wrestlers that he's fought, and he's fought Cameron Grimes, he's fought Joe Gacy, he's fought
Dolph Ziggler.
Ciampa. Who else was that, Carlos?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph
I feel like
Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler was like his best match, maybe
I
just
agree.
because Dolph was like a veteran. You know, he's like
But I will say though that those other guys have had good matches with other people. Cameron Grimes had an amazing ladder match with LA Knight. Joe
mm-hmm.
Gacy, I don't really know much of him, so I can't really judge Gacy.
He
Champa,
reminds me much of like a Bray Wyatt character,
yeah,
kind
he
of,
has
but
the
like
dyad, right? Or
yeah,
schism is
exactly.
what he calls it. Schism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very weird, strange. But I think for me, they need to just I think the whole sledgehammer thing where he comes out and he breaks the stuff, like it's kind of like it's getting a little flat. I don't understand it. Maybe
Yeah,
because his name is Braun Breaker, he breaks things. I don't know. But he's
and then
okay.
like the whole kind of like annoying.
Yeah. And I get it, like his dad is Rick Steiner, so that's what the dad used to do, but then call him Braun Steiner, then make him be uh, you know, with his dad, whatever. But he's okay. I'm glad that you and I kind of see the same way with him because he's
Yeah, I
not.
don't know. Maybe he needs some more time. I don't know.
That's
I
what I
don't
think it
really
is.
I'm not really the biggest fan. I'm not. Maybe someday. I'm
I
not.
think you're right. I think he needs more time. I think he was given the title a little bit prematurely.
But like one thing though, that he was like homegrown WWE. Like he didn't train anywhere else. He like
Yeah.
trained Performance Center. Like he's homegrown there. Like I mean, I think he was a football player before this, but
Yeah, I'm sure
but
he'll get there. I think again the
but
problem with him,
he's not like a Seth Rollins or Roman. Like they all like they went through like LVW and all this, right? Like all these like different promotions before they actually got to WWE.
Mhm.
Bron Breakker is like one that's like homegrown WWE Performance Center. Like that's how he wanted to be. Not
Yeah.
like somebody coming from another like wrestling company, like jumping over to WWE.
I
Yeah, I
think they
don't.
should have took some time with him. They should have maybe made him North American first, or maybe tag champion first, and then see.
But
Um,
remember though, Vince was in charge most of the time, and
yeah,
Vince like brought him up kind of. So I guess it's kind of like not really Vince's fault, but like I don't know, maybe.
you're blaming Vince.
I mean, yeah, I mean Vince was like running all that, wasn't he,
Yeah,
for a while?
it's true. Well, the first match of the night is for the
For a lot
NXT.
of things, I can blame Vince for a lot of things.
Blame his ass.
Blame
The
him.
NXT UK tag team titles are on the line. The UK tag team champions Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, with Fallon Henley taking on Gallus, who has Joe
This
Coffey.
whole match was like whole chaos after. It's
It
like a
really
bunch of
was.
chaos.
Fun fact, I learned that I think it's Brooks. I think he is a son of Bull Buchanan, former WWE tag team champion and wrestler. So here are some notes from this match. Carlos is right. A lot of craziness happened. Gallus is in control. All four men start to throw blows. Lash Legend then attacks Fallon outside the ring, and then pretty deadly come out and they fight with Brooks and Jensen. And
Those guys stand. It's like they're so weird.
they're like supposed to be like pretty boys, right? They're supposed to
They're,
be
I think they're like gay or something. I don't know. So
no,
those
I think they're just supposed to be very flamboyant and um like I think my opinion the super diva Quincy Elliott is going to be more of that type of character. Um but these guys, I get what you're saying. It's a little weird because our idea of they're very flamboyant, I guess
they're
is the word.
Yeah, they're different. We haven't really seen a team like that before. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe we have, but like back in the days.
It's interesting though. I like it. I like this weird combustion. So then after the match, Diamond Mine attacks Gallus. So all of these teams are going at it. With the addition of NXT UK, it's been crazy. What do you think?
About Diamond Mine, I'm really happy Roderick Strong stayed in WWE. Like the time that because he was, I feel like there was a time that he was going to leave. I'm glad he stuck around. Triple H is in charge now. Maybe he has some like hope. But yeah,
I agree. We then get our Chase University promo, and we get Charlie Dempsey from UK. Go ahead, Carlos.
I love those guys.
Charlie Dempsey is the son of William Regal. Fun fact.
The one sweatshirt, the red.
No, the one that's I don't know his first name, but no, this is the guy. If you remember the promo, he was the one who was beating up all the wrestlers in the promo, and he's
Oh,
their guy
oh,
and too soft.
like
That's Regal's son.
that training session that they had. Like he had that guy come from NXT UK, and he was like
Yep,
training his students.
yep, that's Regal's son.
Oh wow, really? That guy?
Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
his name is Charlie Dempsey. So he's teaching these guys the moves, and basically he tells Chase that his students are soft and to watch some Billy Robinson matches. So now that I've said that, you'll have to start to look and see if you see any sort of similarities with the way they look, Regal and Dempsey. Uh, but cool to see him, fun segment with Chase University. We then move on to our next segment, the Grayson Waller effect. And he says, this show is about me, Grayson Waller, and my guest is a one-of-a-kind athlete, but for some reason, he's here to take opportunities from everyone. Please welcome Apollo Crews. And Apollo comes out, and Grayson says, how does it feel to be a clout chaser? And Crews says, you ask why I'm here. I was born in NXT. I found something missing. And then he goes, wait a minute. Grayson Waller goes, didn't you used to have an accent? What happened? And Cruz does the Nigerian accent, and he says, I'm still a Nigerian warrior. I'm proud of what I accomplished. I went on to WrestleMania 37 to become Intercontinental Champion. He's like, I forgot to focus on my future. And then Grayson Waller says, you say you know why when stuff happens before it does. Why didn't you save the diamond mine then? How does it feel to be run out of NXT prior? And then he says, how does it feel to be and then Cruz says, how does it feel to be a low budget Miz? And then the fans start chanting that to Waller. And Waller says, how does it feel to tell your kids that daddy couldn't cut it on Monday and Friday, so he had to come back to Tuesdays? And then Cruz says, I tell them I was a champion on Monday, a champion on Friday, and soon to be a champion on Tuesday. And he ends up dropping Grayson Waller. And Waller just has a smile on his face, definitely getting in the mind of Apollo Crews. What do you think here of this segment?
It was really entertaining. I liked it a lot. The whole like Apollo Crews like going back to like using the accent real quick. Like no, like he was acknowledging that he did use it before.
Yeah.
It was pretty. But yeah, I feel like Apollo like should be like, I don't know.
It seems like he's going for the NXT title, it seems, and
that's his goal, yeah. But like he has to like start from the bottom and then like move up.
Yeah.
He just got there, you know. He can't just like take people's spots and like. I agree with Grayson Waller was saying.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love.
Paul. He just came from United States champion, Intercontinental champion, going down to NXT, and then like there's like guys who've been trained there for years trying to get a shot at the title, and then he
Know your role
right away.
and shut your mouth, Apollo Crews.
Exactly. You know, I agree with Grayson Waller. What he was saying, taking. What did he say? Something
He said
from
you're
younger
taking
talent.
opportunities. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with him.
I can respect that. I mean, it could be seen that way that he's coming in and doing
like
that.
how long Grayson Waller's been there? Has he ever had an NXT title shot?
Valid point. Well, speaking of title shots,
maybe North American Championship shot, but not NXT. I don't know.
We see Pretty Deadly and Gallus argue backstage, and then we also see Von Wagner backstage, and Wagner basically says that he will crush NXT UK champion Tyler Bate tonight.
That man is so boring.
He's boring. He kind of reminds me of a caveman.
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
He's very scary looking.
He's very bland.
Do you remember the old? I asked Tyler this. Do you remember the old Geico commercials?
He reminds me of Natalia. What were you saying?
Do you remember the old Geico caveman commercials where it's like it's so easy a caveman can do it, and it shows like the caveman and like
no.
I'm dating myself. I'm going old. It's okay. He just looks like a caveman. We have our next match, Javier Bernal taking on Cameron Grimes, and we see Schism wishing Grimes good luck from the crowd. And again, this match is pretty quick. Grimes gets the win after a double foot stomp and a 3 count. Afterwards, Cameron Grimes stares down Schism. So this is a new, I'm coming into this fresh because I haven't seen it, but it seems as if Schism and Grimes have an issue that they're eventually going to have to settle. But what'd you think of Grimes?
So this is when I turned it off. But like the past couple weeks that I've been watching, basically what the group, what's that's their name, right? Schism?
Schism, yep.
So like they're basically trying to recruit Grimes to come like join them. But like I guess like Grimes doesn't want to. So I guess they're gonna like eventually like throw down either like Grimes gonna join them or eventually they're gonna have like a match or something. But that's like the main goal. They're trying to get Grimes to join them, like as their team.
Okay. Well, there's definitely some situation going on there, and we'll get there later on because something happens later on in the night. We think our next match, Indi Hartwell taking on Blair Davenport. For those of you who don't know, Blair Davenport competed in AEW as Bea Priestley. She then moved on to NXT UK, and now she is Blair Davenport in NXT. And we get a promo for Alba Fire, who is formerly Kaylee Ray, former NXT UK Women's Champion. Great promo from her. This is a quick match. Blair lands a shotgun dropkick to Indi, sending her outside. Blair gets the win after nailing a modified brainbuster after Blair attacks Indi. And Blair says, I have just wasted one of the best things this division has to offer. Blair says that she is the rightful heir to the women's title. That's when the NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose comes out. Ooh, and she saw my post, Carlos. Can you believe it again? I knew she.
No way.
I knew she would look.
Your story?
All the time. She's
Oh,
always
wow.
looking. I'll send you. So Mandy says, "You're in my world now, and everyone follows my lead. It's time you put some respect on my name." That's when the NXT UK champion Meiko Satomura comes out. And I feel like I've been psychic because I mentioned this. I was like, are we gonna get Meiko to come out? Because she is known as the final boss. And that sort of means like when you're playing your video game, you're beating, the boss after boss, and then you get to the end, the last match is that final boss you have to go to get it. And that's her moniker. And so Meiko comes out and she says, "You are wrong. I'm the most dominant women's champion." And Mandy says, "You're a true legend, Meiko. That's why if I beat a legend like you, then there will definitely be respect put on my name." So then Meiko challenges Mandy for a match at Worlds Collide, and Mandy accepts. But then Blair Davenport jumps in and says, "Well, what about me? I'm the number one contender." And Meiko says, "Yes, that's right. Let's make it a triple threat." So it will be a triple threat match at NXT Worlds Collide. NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose defending her title against NXT UK Women's Champion Meiko Satomura and Blair Davenport. It's gonna be a three-way. What did you think of that match being made?
It's pretty. It's another unification match. Probably a unification match, right? That's gonna
Yeah,
be.
it will be interesting with the third person being in there, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's something different. I wonder if like somebody's gonna have to win the match. Like somebody's gonna walk out of there without a championship belt. So the only person I'm familiar with out of these three are Mandy Rose. So yeah, this might
Man,
be big for her.
I have a
Man.
feeling I already have a prediction, but I'll save it for a prediction episode. But Mandy Rose, come on, baby, you got this. Uh, sorry. We then get Indi Hartwell. We comes back from break and she goes, "I've always been the problem, nothing ever works out my way." And as she's sitting at ringside, Dexter Loomis shows up and the two of them sort of end up like they do a crawl into the ring and the two hug and they make out and and Dexter Loomis carries Indi Hartwell backstage. We go to a commercial break and we come back and they're walking backstage and Dexter opens the doors and he ends up like he gives Indi a letter. He closes the doors on Indi. Dexter is arrested and Indi is left with a letter and it basically says, "Goodbye, Indi, for now. I love you." And the fans were, that was a whole segment. The fans are going, "What? Why are you leaving her?" It was a huge thing. What'd you think of that?
This is his way of saying goodbye. He wants to the main roster now. Eventually, Indy's gonna end up there too.
I got
Um,
emotional. I was like, they're gonna break up. It ain't gonna be good, man.
they're not breaking up. It's just the long distance relationship. That's
Well, I mean, he got arrested, so I mean, that's definitely a long distance.
he's going to the main roster. That's pretty much what it means. He's going to Monday Night Raw.
Well, what I also do like is they are continuing the storylines because Corey Graves says that, or not Corey Graves, I'm sorry, it was Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett says that he goes, "Yes, Loomis is getting arrested for his attacks on Raw." So they're continuing the stories throughout. We then get
Where's the Miz though? That's my question.
good question. Where is he? What did what did Dexter do with him? We
And
then get
has Miz like posted on social media or anything? Is he selling like Is he selling the story or?
I don't think he's posted anything. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I
I
think
know
he's
he's
been
very active
selling
on
it.
social media all the time. So like,
I don't know. Well, we have Legado del Fantasma with Tony D'Angelo, who is now their boss manager after Santos Escobar lost that Heat Wave, and he is now gone from NXT. And they are taking on the Dyad with Joe Gacy. And this is a crazy match. A lot of spots were made in here. But some quick notes. Tony yells at Legado del Fantasma after they do some lucha libre diving spots. He doesn't want them to dive. Dayak then take control with dives as well. We see Cameron Grimes watching on from the crowd. Legado nail a double suplex, which gets a two. And then Dyad are able to nail a code breaker to Legado member. I think it was Joaquin Wild. He gets a 3 count. Dyad get the win. Tough luck for Legado these past couple of weeks here. But Dyad are interesting to look at. What do you think?
I didn't watch this match, but yeah, it's kind of like sad seeing Santos Escobar leaving.
Yeah.
But he's probably gonna be like going up to main roster soon anyway. So
Well, we do get to see Santos in a bit. We see the security guard yelling at Javi because Javier starts trash talking this lady backstage. We then see Legado del Fantasma walking backstage, and we see Santo Escobar show up in like a Hummer, and he basically tells them to get in the car, and all of the members of Legado get in the car and they drive off. And it looks as if Legado is heading up to the main roster together, which I'm excited about. Um, they are a great team, so seeing them being brought up together is going to be even better. What do you think about Legado coming up together?
it's gonna be good for the tag division. I mean, they got guys like Hero, they have the Usos, but like they're a trio though, so it's gonna be like kind of more of a like they gotta find more trios to like go against them.
Well, what if yeah, they do because
Or they could just have like two members, like you don't have to. They could have like two members fight like the New Day did.
yeah,
Like they didn't have all three fight all the time. They usually would have like two members fight every match, or like they would like switch it up.
they could do that. Well, we now have the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate taking on Von Wagner with Mr. Oh gosh, what's his name? Mr. Stone, sorry. And
No, what's his name?
Robert Stone, I think is his name.
Robert Stone. Yeah.
So Von nails a huge military press slam and a fallaway slam along with a huge clothesline, but Bate is able to nail a modified suplex and then the spin boy, and he gets a 3. And he just shows why he is the NXT UK champion. Not a lot of action here in that match. Von definitely looked good. He looked impressive over the smaller Bate, but it was a good match. Good, decent competition. We then are here for our main event, the lights out match. Wendy Choo taking on Tiffany Straton. We know that next week we're going to see Apollo Crews taking on Grayson Waller. Finally, we're going to see a 6-person tag match. Briggs, Jensen, and Fallon Henley taking on Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend. And in the main event, Gallus taking on Diamond Mine in a 6-man tag. Exciting, explosive action next week. Getting ready for Worlds Collide. But on to our main event. The match starts when Wendy hits Tiffany with a pillow that is stuffed with Legos. Tiffany then nails a fallaway slam, and then she body slams Wendy Choo on top of the Lego pieces, which if you've ever stepped on a Lego piece, it hurts. So Tiffany nails a double knee, just gets 2 count. Tiffany she tries to throw powder in Wendy's face, but Wendy is able to throw it in her face instead. And Wendy slams Tiffany through a bed, and then Wendy nails her finishing. I think it's like an elbow drop finisher. I don't know what it is. She gets a 3 count, and Wendy Choo defeats Tiffany Straton. It was a good match. The fans were chanting, "This is awesome," when they saw the Legos come out. Very gimmicky, but it was good though. It was a good main event. And we end NXT with all the NXT champions, Bron Breakker, Tyler Bate, Mandy Rose, Meiko Satumura, and Blair Davenport. They are signing their contracts for Worlds Collide. And that's it, Carlos. I mean, we had a pretty chaotic episode of NXT. What was your favorite moment of the night?
I probably enjoyed the moment like when Legado like drove off, like when he
Yep.
when he picked off. That's probably like interesting.
I agree. I thought that was just a great sort of cliffhanger to see.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been so weird if he would have debuted on his own, like without his team. I feel like they should debut together, all of them together.
Yep. Yep. Well, we are going to say goodbye for now for NXT. Before I go, this is a rumor. This is normally your thing, Carlos, but I'm going to throw it in there. Rumors going around that Triple H is going to be making numerous title design changes.
Okay,
So,
finally, all time. Bring back that white strap.
Yep. So we might see some new looks, which I'm excited for. But I want you all to stay safe. Have a good rest of your weekend. The week's about to end. We're on Friday. And yeah, next week we'll be coming back with our Raw recap, SmackDown recap. no holds barred, of course. Attitude Years. Also, tomorrow, the Broken Skull sessions with Y2J Chris Jericho will be dropping. A lot coming your way. Carlos, thank you for joining me as usual. And yeah, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. Bye.